Oh no, guys, edgy rant incoming. No, not really an edgy rant incoming. But this is some random stuff going on here. What I'm really just gonna go on about is really I'm just gonna talk and explore and do whatever, except my studio is kind of acting up and doesn't want me to do anything, so we'll forget about that for now. I haven't really been on a video in a bit. That wasn't really intentional. I kind of forgot. Didn't really care much about my community status videos. It kind of got boring, and well, we're just gonna talk. Yeah, we're just gonna talk for a bit, guy. So, I mean, we're gonna talk about a few things, I guess. Nothing really has been going on in terms of my presence, besides the fact that Scotland won a practice raid against England and did like 5 protests or something, but I mean, that's not all successful. There could be a lot more potential going on here, guys. I mean, really? Richter's just one practice raid and a few protests. I mean, come on, dude. You really could do a lot more than just that. I mean, you guys are the Richters. You guys gotta do some major attacks here and there, you know? And, well, here's the thing, pal. We're all human. I'm not gonna get into a we're all human argument, actually. Here's the actual thing, is I have not actually really returned. I haven't been on this account, rather active on this account, since, I mean, the last rally we had. Unless it was someone else. So, I can't really say we've done nothing. And this is just random stuff I'm going over. I don't even know if anyone really has been asking these questions, you know. Which, to be honest and to be fair, I don't get that many questions that often. I don't get that many DMs that often, so I don't really know what people believe, what people want. If anything, I've gotten more reputation in terms of positive things than I have negative things. Ever since my return, and ever since my antagonistic approach. People that I've talked to said that, oh, well, the reason why Nerford was so boring was because, he wasn't an antagonist. It's like, wait a second, repeat that one more time, and then they'll say, oh, well, the reason why Nerford dude died, reason, he's a bad guy, and they won't repeat what they just said. So, let me define what's going on here. So, people want Nerford to be an antagonist. In private, I guess. They want him to be bad because you need a reason to fight. And on the outside, people will display the opposite. They're not going to tell you in secret. They don't even tell you in DMs anymore. They'll tell me in DMs because no one, they don't know if to trust me or not. If someone's going to tell me to my face or in a DM that they don't actually hate me, they're afraid I'm going to leak it to all their friends and I'm going to ruin the entire face. So it makes sense. They won't do the same thing Nerfer dude. I mean, you don't have to trust me. But, and I mean, a lot more people have been, because whenever someone says something like, oh, I don't actually hate Richter. I don't think Richter's any of these things. I'll go on a video and say, oh yeah, this guy said that, and then they'll get all afraid. They'll go to my DMs and be like, I never said that, So I'm not gonna. I can understand that. That all being said, I mean, yeah, at this point, it's kind of humorous when people still believe the crap that is said in terms of, you all know what they say about me. I'm this bad person that DDoSes and doxes and, hates people just for, you know, doing whatever, I guess, I don't know what people say these days, to be honest. I'm just trying to play a game because this is better than playing something on Steam. I mean, that's honestly why I'm playing Roblox. I don't really want to play a Steam game. I haven't launched up, I don't know, Mountain Blade Warband since like a week and a half ago. Whenever I'm not playing Roblox, which I haven't been recently, I'm on YouTube or doing something in real life. This is the only game I want to play. Most people think of it like, oh yeah, Roblox is taking up most of his life. Roblox, get a life, Alec. Come on now. You could be getting a life and doing lots of things. That's exactly what I'm doing. I have been out and about. I've taken pictures. If you've been on my Snapchat, which very few people have my Snapchat, but nevertheless, few people do. You will see that I am actively doing stuff and actively, out there. Just because a few weeks ago I mentioned the fact that, the world socially is not for me. It's not, the best. It's full of complete utter activities that I don't want to do that are unorthodox. I'm still actively out there. There's other people out there. In fact, I did take the advice of some people that said just don't hang out with those people if they are bad. So, it's not like I just completely gave up and just said, oh, yeah, you're right. It is a very, very bad place. I'm just gonna give up and go back to Roblox. No, I'm playing this game because I have time for this game. And since I have time for this game, you know, I guess it's fair to say the fact you're carrying too much. Go drop it off. Oh, okay, I see. Anyway, it is fair to say that, what the heck am I talking about again? You know, that I have been playing this game not even really that often. You know, this is not something that I'm spending every day on. Like I said, the last time I was active on this game, not just the account, because let's be honest here, I'm not just gonna say, oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna mention my alt side. No, actually on this game, you know, in a bit, I do go on voice chats, you know, for about 30 minutes and then go back to what I'm doing. You know, I just got home. I've been busy the entire day. I've just started driver's ed, which means I have less time on my hands for Roblox. It's not like I'm not trying to make an effort not to get a life. I do have a life, and I do have time to play this game. Instead of playing Total War, instead of playing any other Steam game, I'd rather play this because I find it entertaining. And you can't criticize me for that because it's a game. If you criticize me because I'd rather spend this than go outside and hang out, good. You know, you should criticize me for that, if I was. But I'm not really focused on that. This is just, you know, what I do in my free time. Or I do politics, which is now paying me for being active and getting out there, you know. There's various things I'm doing. Now, one could say, why are you making all these arguments defending yourself when you want people to dislike you, when you want people, you know, to look at you as an enemy? Well, to be fair, first of all, I mean, this is a YouTube video. If I was on Roblox, you know, I could say this, but I'm not really, you know, saying this in a Roblox chat or a VC. So, I mean, it's fair to say I can say all this. Let me get to the point, though. I mean, if you expect me 24/7 to act like I hate everyone and that I'm the bad guy, I mean, that's not what I'm going to be like. In reality, I would say I'm a pretty decent and nice person. Everyone at my school can agree. People can call me a pacifist, but we all know I'm not a pacifist, you know. I wouldn't say I'm the opposite, but I very well believe in self-defense, and I believe in the extreme cases where you know, it could mean death. You should go on the offense if you're not already being attacked. Anyway, God, this river is really a pain. It's always been a pain. Let me go to the top. See, I'm swimming to the top of this river thing, but like I can't. Here we go. Anyway, that all being said, I mean I have the right to speak anyway about all these things. I'm not really a bad person. I want people to be up against me because I give me activity and such with all the enemies and the great cause I'm spouting. And I went up like Nerfer Dude being, you know, I don't hate anyone, I'm actually a really good guy because that killed this group. I mean, that's the entire reason why I'm declaring war on literally everyone in this genre. It's not because it's, well, I mean, you could say it's revenge. I am a bit mad because of all the original hatred, we'll call it. The original reason why so many people are up and at me. With that all being said, you know, they kind of deserve it. I kind of did nothing wrong. With the AAing accusation, every single accusation made that I did when I actually did nothing wrong, I got fed up with it. And I know people were doing it just to, you know, tell me, hey, we're trying to make you an antagonist. Wake up, we're trying to make you an antagonist, you know. We don't actually hate you. And I didn't realize that for a while until my last days. So that's why in Capedia, and I guess the late days of Anglia, when Laba came in, I used admin commands. Because simply put, you know, I was trying to add up to who I was just to, I mean, it's kind of dumb, isn't it? Trying to, you know, it basically added on to people's justification on why to hate me further. It kind of added up all the, well, not all claims, obviously, but most claims about me being such a bad person. But I was just so sick of it that for the past 2 year of accusations that were false, that they just continued despite any evidence. So I just didn't care at that point. I was getting tired of so many people that at the time I thought were blinded. Not that they weren't blinded, but the fact that, you know, that they just were trying to support the antagonist there. And, you know, that all being said, I just had no choice and did that. I mean, there's many images from Capedia. I can admit in Capedia, I did some AA. I did some random freakouts. I went into a Discord VC and just played loud music, right? I did whatever I could to annoy everyone. So the only group that should be justified, or any people that should be justified of hating me, I would say would be the people from Capadia. The police there, some of the army there, maybe not all of the army, because a lot of the army supported me actually, and I still am defending that claim because if people don't believe me when I say it. And some of the Jacobins should actually, they have the only people in my opinion that should have a justified reason of hating me. Not the people I've exiled, not the people that I've fought against, That's all Lego war stuff. If I raided your group and I claimed victory when you thought otherwise, I'm not an evil person. I'm not an egotist. This is a game. You can't be egotistical, really, on a video game with people. And I've said this for a while. There's people that think that let's see, George Lansdale or George Strangelove, whatever he's called, is going around saying that I'm calling the big video about me a loyalty test. When I've said this 1,000 times, it was not a loyalty test. I was talking about Korea, and then I mentioned the big video about me. And he's still going around saying it despite the fact I've never called it a loyalty test. I called Korea a loyalty test, and in the same paragraph called the video a loyalty test. And it will go around saying, nope, he called it a loyalty test. Which I did meme around. I did once say, oh yeah, the video's a loyalty test because I got into a VC and everyone's telling me it was. I'm like, oh yeah, and I made an announcement. But it was obviously memed. It was obviously just posting. Just for the heck of it, because of people, rather. So, then all being said, it's kind of funny. Let's see what else we got here. I mean, I'm not really addressing anything that's going on and talking, because I have nothing else really to do in it. It's just funny the way this community works. I think I've improved. Not to sound egotistical, guys. Come on now. But I think I've improved, rather, on addressing these things. I mean, before, I would just freak out, because to be honest, I was so fed up with the claims, I didn't care to speak normally. Not that I wasn't, but I didn't want to speak normally where I was not over-exaggerating everything. I over-exaggerated everything. I was never calm about my speech. I was always just almost borderline yelling. People would think I was angry or something. But in reality, I was just overreacting on everything because I was so fed up. I was trying to look like how silly it was, and I was just trying to. It made no impact. No one cares. Let me turn this down because it's actually really loud. I don't care if this is nothing to say I'm a better person. Keep on with the mass dislikes on the videos. Keep on with the comments saying we don't want you back. It really feeds into the immersion and attention given. So, anyway, let's talk about activity, shall we? With Scotland, this is a rare claim, but people are saying that we're going to end up like Lava. We're going to end up like Nerford. We're going to end up like Lewis. No, we're not going to end up like Lewis. I can guarantee you right now that we have 500,000. Guaranteed. Now, if I lose it, which is not likely because I know not to get scammed, not to get hacked, and not to put it in an account that will get deleted in the next few days, it's held under another person. But nevertheless, it actually exists. Unlike the very many other times that we've had it. The few times that we had funds and it failed was when some guy told us he had it or was going to get it. We trusted him and the day came and he didn't actually have it. That was all the times funding failed. This time we have concrete proof the guy has 500,000 Robux. We don't have it, but that's because we don't want to give it to someone. The group gets deleted, anything gets deleted, which it won't. But we don't want to take chances because this account could get deleted, and the main account get deleted. This account would still exist. It can't get deleted, but the accounts can, depending on the content, right? I just don't want to take chances. It's. Here's the thing. I'm superstitious. It's like calling the Titanic unsinkable. It's like calling these accounts unbannable. With superstition, I'm not going to do that because that's the way you lose things. When I got that 81,000, I called myself invincible during Korea. And what happened? I lost it. I lost all of it because of a message that came from a guy that looked like he was Roblox staff and said, hey, add me on Discord. All you need to do is share your screen and show me that you actually have the Robux and show me your trades. And then show me an email from Roblox regarding your verification thing. And we're good. Which didn't show my password. And the password was spread into an account, FYI. How we got in was called SIM swapping. It's a form of hacking. You can look it all up, figure out yourself. That's how I got into my account. I didn't know any of this stuff. No one told me. And it wasn't even very popular until after it happened. Until like a month, like 4 weeks after it happened, it became popular because the guy that did it did to a lot more people with over 100,000 Robux. And they had it worse. I heard a guy with 1,000,000 Robux had it worse. I only lost 81,000. The guy, the funder, you know, he wasn't that hurt. He just said, oh no, it's nothing. He got 100,000 for Italy, gave it, and then we lost that one with the deletion. Big rest in peace, guys. We're not doing that again. And we're not doing anything with voting again, because you know what's gonna happen? All the trolls are gonna come marching in and saying, let's vote Ottoman Empire 1940s. And that's exactly why I'm not fond of a democracy on this game. In real life, yeah, it works. But in game, it doesn't because it's full of trolls. It's a game. Not everything that corresponds to real life will work on a pixel game. So, it makes sense. Plus, group systems are set up so that someone has full power. You can't overthrow a group leader unless you somehow live next to them and can rob their house or something. That's one way of doing it. But, thankfully, we don't have that issue. Unless you're some sort of hacker. Hacking is probably the only way of doing an actual coup that is guaranteed to succeed without many issues. This happened before in a Galactic Empire I was in. The guy got hacked. His name was a Shark 600 or something. His colonel betrayed him, or he betrayed, I don't know, he can't betray a leader. A leader can't betray his people on this game. So the leader guy, the emperor, basically ticked off his colonel, was going to demote him, and the colonel hacked his account or something. I don't know what happened there, but apparently he had a script or a code, or I don't know, maybe he SIM swapped him. Got into the account, took over the group, over the Shark account, which was kind of stupid, not gonna lie. And then the Shark account got deleted. If the guy had transferred the group to his account or another account, the account would have gotten deleted most likely. I've gotten hacked before as well in regards to a group. This was a more stupid decision on my behalf. I'm not going to really go into details because I don't want to stay on a hacking decision for a while, but that's what happened with that. Let's talk about other groups. So I love looking up other groups, don't I? We have Lebanon. Lebanon I like to go about because it's, you don't see, that's the wrong Lebanon. State of Mount Lebanon. This is this is new. I've not heard of this city before. 1982. So they're advancing kind of like a role play. Last time I saw them, they were in like the 70s. Now they're in the 80s, which means they are advancing. Let's see their factions. Palestine. I don't know what that says. That's an Arab. United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon. Poseidon Private Contracting. Syria. Registered Political Parties of Lebanon. Let's check out this one because this is interesting. We got the Lebanon Jihadist Legion. We got the guys with the, here, maybe they have a translate. Yellow Front of Lebanon. Party of God. So they must, right what I was about to say, Radical Islam, they have a disclaimer. It says they're not. Okay. And they have Palestine, a Palestine organization as one of their parties as well. So Jeffrey has done a lot of Arab/Muslim groups. He did one called Aden, Port of Aden, where European nations could colonize the living crap out of it. And then after that, they could proceed to kill each other. And then after that, it seems like the Muslims would make their own factions and then take over what's left. And then the group would die afterwards because the European factions always got kicked out. Lebanon was the same exact thing. European factions were getting involved. The Germans basically took them over by force. And then the French took over. And then the Germans or the British came in and there was a war between the Germans and the British, and the Arabs said, "Okay, you're done," and kicked all the factions out and said, "Yay, we win." And then the communists came into Lebanon. They moved on to the 70s, and it's drama is what keeps this group alive. If they didn't have all the drama, all the conflict, all the crap that's going on, it would not be as fun. If it was constantly like a freaking sim build, as if it was City Skylines or Sims, it would not be that fun. Which is why in my groups you have all these. Don't want to say radical because it's not radical. I just want to put a term that goes to a lot of drama. We'll just say, um, dynamic. No, not dynamic. Action. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of commitment. You have people swearing, not swearing loyalty, because I don't do oaths actually. You have people, saying they're gonna fight for this nation to help take over the job. As unenthusiastic as that just sounded from my voice, it in their hands is not enthusiastic. Okay, that was kind of cheesy. Let's try that again. But when other people in the group are joining and they want to fight, and in a sense they pretend like they're going to die for the nation and to fight their nations, that is what gets people up and want to win, that want to fight, they want to take over the genre, and it's ambitious. People love being a part of those things. Those people are young, and when they're young, their ideas are very, the more young, the more crazy, and of course, the more you get, the more wisdom and I guess peaceful you get. All those phases, what I call, just wear out. And that's why a lot of the older people on this game don't like the more extreme groups where it's like, you gotta be loyal, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And they just crap, they post everything where it's just memes, because, they learn to have fun. It's kind of, it's not, I wouldn't say they gain wisdom, in the sense of doing that. But they go from the serious phase of roleplay to the joking phase, and then you learn balance. First you have one side, then you have the other side, and then you have balance in the center as you get older. In my opinion. So that's why people like Lewis and Nerfer that are really old and they're almost mid-20s are still, authoritarian in a sense. Because they now have a balance. They're authoritarian and they meme. I think a few years prior, or a few groups prior would be more realistic. They were just full-on meme. They just wanted to have fun. And then before that, they were in their childish stages where they just had full-on loyalty, where they did take the game as if it was reality. They had that idea where they're going to turn into something like a reality, where they'd be on the news or something. But, people actually have those dreams. Whether you want to think that or not, that's... I don't like the city, to be honest. I like the other city more better. So many skyscrapers, you can't see anything, too much room, I don't like cities where there's no interior, or little interior, and there's so much space, it's kind of empty. And when there's all that walking room, it feels like it's dead. But if you have people crowded in places, it feels alive, like there's constantly action. But there is constantly action, actually. I don't know what the thing is. I've had the hiccups ever since the start of this video. Let's get to Winston Strangelove. So these guys... Are these guys Syrians? Yeah, these guys are the Syrian Armed Forces, I think. Oh, they have an APC here. They have another truck here. This guy is opening fire on those guys. Yeah. People love this stuff. They just love the constant... Because there's constant action. You can't get bored here. God, I'm gonna die. Wait, this thing actually works? Can I shoot these guys? No, I can't shoot them. Well, yeah, can I shoot you? No, I can't kill this guy either. That's boring. They killed me. This is a big risk here. 36 members? Really? 30 people and 36 members. I don't know how this group is still alive. Hold on, I'm gonna pause real quick because I get the freaking hiccups. Hold on. What is this? I'm not gonna leave this out loud, but these guys should not be alive right now. I don't know how these guys survive. IRF, a communist federation on Roblox, got deleted. And, I don't know. This game is confusing. you know, with what they do. Like the fact man, the ranks are incorrect. It's not that means soldier. It should mean private. NCO ranks are decent. No, actually, let's count. This counts as a junior NCO rank. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 NCO ranks. We got a new record, boys. 5 was the last time I counted for a group when it has 6. 7 if you count the other junior NCO ranks. Why do they have 3 general ranks? God, I hate that. You should have only, it should work like this. You have your commanding officer and your executive officer. Like you have lieutenant colonel and colonel, lieutenant general and general. Then you have your major, which is like an in-between rank, and then you have your captain and lieutenant. Your lieutenant is a lieutenant to captain, essentially, depending on, and then your sergeant, and then sergeant major, and like everything has a lieutenant to it, unless you're a low rank or junior NCO. These guys are not gonna survive. Oh my god. Oh man. Yeah. They're not gonna survive. Kingdom of England? 1300s. I don't like the fact people put numbers like that on their groups. You know why? It's because it's now limited. If they want to go World War II, they can't. Mine can because it doesn't have 1300s on it. But theirs can't because it has 1300s on it. Besides, what's with the deal with putting, what's the, there's no reason to do this. What if you wanted to go 1200s? You can't. I mean, you could, but you kind of can't. What is with the name of this guy? Hold on. Oh, man, that's a cringe face. Okay, his appearance is decent, but Kitty Roar 1. You gotta have a decent name. Funny, look at these high command. The high ranks aren't that bad, they're decent. NCO. This looks like a group that I would make in 2016. 31 people out of 40. How much do you want to bet this is Scepter's Berlin? I'm almost willing to bet it is. Oh no, it's not. This is a new map. These guys probably actually devved this. Wow. There's actually a lot of soldiers on. Wait, no. War school? I don't know. Yeah, these look like soldiers. It must mean like a cadet school or something. And that's their military. So these guys are active for a 36-member group. Coming here expecting like 90% citizens. What the frick is this music? Think of the thousands of songs in this game, they picked the most depressing song in the entire list. There's probably more depressing ones, but... And the uniforms are a mix. It's interesting, Feldmont. They're using Myrna. English. That's freaking nice. You just got arcade. I'm gone. I got that on video. Yeah, they just arcade random people. Sounds good, pal. Let's see how Karavek is doing. God. Wrong regime. Kingdom of Karavech. Their game is still up. Lava was so lazy to shutting down their game that they didn't even take it off the list. They just kept it there. Okay, we're gone. And the Zophiel hasn't done anything. None of these guys have done anything. Like they can't make it. They're like my guys. You can't make a group. Zophiel, I wouldn't combine Zophiel and Lava like me and Hadrian. Hadrian is not my 2IC. He goes around saying I was a close guy to him, but no. I told him a few things. I tell people things all the time. They think I'm like a close friend of theirs. I'll tell some random guy like, "Oh yeah, here's some advice," and they'll say I'm their best friend or something, and they'll talk to me like an equal. Even worse, a lower end. They'll be like, hey, I'll make you sergeant in my group. You know, it's sort of be at the second rank in their group or something. I'm like, oh, nice. You know, way to position me on the authority spectrum. Base Ortos, the Grand Realm. Man, what is this? 88 people, Fremwell. These guys have been around for a bit. To be honest, they've been around since TRI, and they're all over the place. They joined me, and they were pro Richter, and then like we're really Nerfer loyalists. Down with the Richters, as if I had a problem with Nerfer dude, which I actually didn't really. I mean, yeah, I fought against them, but during TRI, I was neutral on Nerfer. I think I didn't really care much about Nerfer at that time. Ortosia, or better known as the Grand Realm, is a totalitarian regime located in Central Europe that originally was under foreign rule, aka was under TRI rule, and it has its own constructed language called Ortosian. This sounds like something I've heard of before with a bunch of Romans in Central Europe that strives to become one of the biggest countries in the world. Yeah, that totally wasn't one of TRI's ambitions. TRI's ambition was to fight communists and, defend capitalism, right? Anthem. The sun rises high. These guys are more content deletion worthy than the other group. Capital. ILLI. Motto. We rise with pride. Language Ortosian. Watch it be like the Richter language 2.0 or something, And they forgot to remove the made by Kaiser Richter thing. Government status in the making. Start your career in the army. We'll check that out in a second. They imprisoned 2 people that aren't relevant. Okay. Gudrunit's loyalist. Speak English, good sir. This is an English server, sir. Harris Gamer. Realms Marshal. I had an idea for something called Rixland, and it was gonna be called Imperial Rixland. It was kind of, I don't know how to phrase it. It was serious, but we didn't know we were gonna actually make it. So it would have like Rix Leader, Rix Marshal, Rix, kind of cheesy. It's instead of Realm, it would be Richt for Richter, Richt. But anyway, Deputy Realms Chancellor. Look at these chads. I've never heard of these guys. Cyrus Fremel. None of his other family members are in this group, so I don't know if his Fremel support this, considering they're all Nerfer supporters. Apparently, they might not be Nerfer supporters, guys, anymore. If they were on my side and then on Nerfer side, who knows? They could be on anyone's side. Army of the Grand Realm. What the frick is this? September 24, 2019. What is this? What is this? They did not make this. Well, they maybe did, but it was a crappy job if they did make it. Made by Alexander Wolfenberg. They give credit to this guy as if, he made it or something. But how much you want to bet this guy that they copied it from him? Whoa, this guy still exists. Never mind, he doesn't still exist. Ooh. Oh, there's these guys. Yeah, this guy's been around since 2017. This guy is so dedicated to this game, Like, how is this? This guy just keeps kicking. He just keeps kicking. And he's gonna keep kicking. See? Since 2017, these guys have been around. And I remember them since that one city game with the island. Rick Selva, the first one. Has their group been around as well? Yeah, their group has been around since 2017. So these guys, Steward Core, Armored Core, okay, yeah. I'm gonna go with their games. They're not very relevant. But, man. Look at these chads. Look at this Chad. A Huxley. Man, we're gonna check out their movement in a second. The Free Scottish Legion. I bet this guy got inspiration from these guys because I've been looking in their chat with my intel, and they're like, yeah, M33s from Central Europe will be our official uniform. British Free Corps, FTW. All right, understood. Good luck, sir. Good luck. Where was I? Julian Huxley, Joseph Furrig. The Furrigs are here. What is this guy doing in this script? This guy was in my 2016 D840s. This guy was always against me. He was like a hardcore Republican or something. He was always against me because I was a monarchy. He's like, we should not have a monarchy. We should have like a full-on democracy, a republic. And I remember going to Skype chat and like give out an opinion or like talk about a dream or something. And then he'd come out and say, "Oh, and I had this dream. I had this idea." And he'd try to sound better than me. I'm like, dude, I own the group. What are you trying to do here? Um, or at least I think it's the right guy. If I'm mistaken, my apologies, but I think it is. And he's in the union movement. I'm like, GG, what are you doing here? Hines, I knew this guy'd be in this one. What are you doing here, buddy? I mean, he is, he sounds like a kind of guy to be in this group, so I'm not that surprised, but, man. Ah. The Mountbatten dynasty. You're a Furrig, dude. What are you doing in that dynasty? Well, he's doing whatever. Let's check out the Greater Britannic Empire. These guys aren't launching. Are you kidding me? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You're not getting away with this, pal. Frick, he is getting away with it, isn't he? Okay. I don't have the GFX, and this guy's lucky I don't. But I'll get it eventually. No. You're not getting away with this GFX. Frick. The guy, if you guys remember Fukaruka from Korea, it's the same exact thing except it's British uniforms. GG. These guys are kind of recent, but they've not been that active. They only got 300 visits on Alderdan, or Aldershot rather. 5,000 visits on Illy, which is Lily rather, and that's pretty good. But not good enough. Surrealism is going to the colonial genre. Interesting. He owned that one World War II Italy that had full-on speaking Italians. Um. Oh, these guys have a party. I didn't know that. The British Monarchist Front. They're not a uniform party, I don't think, because if they did, they'd have uniforms, wouldn't they? That's interesting. So let's go back to these guys. So Hines is in here. Those are the developers. Grand Console. Look at these chants. We got Commander O. Oh! I know this guy. I know this guy. He knows me too. Commander Otis Griffin. Master Intelligence. For God. Let me see. This he's an Irish lad. He's a Northern Irishman. Okay. Okay, what is this? What a meme. What a meme. Deputy Leader Dr. Bugs. That's funny. I didn't realize how many people are based on this game now. I seriously. There's so many groups, so many people that are just, changing. And I never really expected that. You know, we were always the bad guys, and people always imagined us being that. And there's the leader. I'm honestly curious at these games. I'm leading Scotland, so this is considered relevant. I wonder what this game's gonna look like, to be honest. You don't ever see city maps that are like full-on combat. Last time we saw that was there's that one group from the anime where he had like the blue trench coat uniforms or whatever. And then there was also Lewis's Austro-Prussia and his HRE had Acton. This is pretty cool. These are free models though. These are free models, but still a good map, cool map. You know, Communist Party. So I'm assuming you can change themes to the Communist Star is probably the frick hostiles here. Don't think you can. Yeah, you can't become any of those guys. I'm already on the British civilian. Royal Main Street. Yeah, I don't like the fog because I want to get done with this stuff faster. Yeah, like they have like a flag capture system, but they don't have a number, you know? Flags are cool, but if you don't have any goals on them, you can't really win unless it's like, oh yeah, capture all the flags. But like, you know, someone could exploit, just teleport all those places, and you know, so the Union guys spawn over here, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, over there somewhere, I'm assuming. They also have a Britannic Empire game, or a Britannic Army game. So these guys are probably a movement for them. But imagine you got authoritarian monarchists, or rather right-wing monarchists. I'm assuming because these guys, I don't think they have a negative attitude towards the Unionists. Then you have the British Unionists. Oh, like, that's their HQ. I want to see what their uniforms look like. I'm big and aesthetic. If you don't know that already, you should have known that a while ago. They also changed the symbol on it. That was smart on their behalf. Ah, those berets. No! Oh, yeah, they got fezzes? Haha! Man, going full on Italy at that. I don't like the berets. Why? Why do people have berets? What is with the berets? Like, that's a modern military thing. I'm like, got berets. I don't know what this is. Those are Brody helmets. I know that, and I know those are, you know, peaked caps. I've gotten used to them now. I used to hate peaked caps. I used to hate them because that's what they would wear for all party members. Like for parties that are uniforms, which is on rare occasion for obvious reasons. You know, you don't want to look like a bunch of thugs or militia, in the modern world. But for uniform parties, they would always, you know, all the roadblocks would put on peaked caps. Like, no. You know, you're not police officers. I hated that aesthetic, but now I'm like, you know what? They're good for formals, but don't wear them 24/7. Don't make them for every single event. You know, learn how to do that with them, how to use them properly. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think that wouldn't really be British aesthetic though, with the tab thing on the left. I like the suit. It's pretty decent aesthetic, you know. See, watch. Can I wear this? Oh, they got group locks on these things. You know, that does not look good, does it? That does not look that good either. You know, it looks decent for a formal, but like, you know, like it loops down. No, the fez, yeah, sure. You know, but not really. I'm not a huge fan of fez. That's why I had him wear cappies for Italy when we were doing Italy. The formals for cappies, because I'm not huge on fezzes. Keep those to high ranks, you know. Is that a doughboy helmet? That's not. That can't be a Brody helmet. Brody helmets are flat. We know that they're flat. So there's no way. I can't take it off. They have a lot of uniforms here too. There's little organization. In my opinion, to appeal to the community in 2019 and soon 2020, you gotta have a lot more instruction. Because if you don't, you know, I know people expect to have a bunch of smart people in their groups. You know, they're not gonna launch ads at 3.0s, no crap. But like, still, people can barely speak English still, and then they're like 13 years old or something. They're smart people, but like, you know, takes them a long time to master. Hard to learn, easy to master for most of them. You know, let's move on. I'm not gonna check out the other two games because it's gonna take as much time as the last 10 minutes of this did. Even though these do look interesting, you know, the training camp and stuff, it's not really worth time. Nothing's going on Discord. Hmm. God, no one plays anything interesting. Do I have any interesting friends here? Yeah, everyone's in. Let's go. Was I gonna check out? Let's check out a certain group. Oh yeah, the Scottish Legion. Hold on, guys. All right, we're back. I missed this. This McNetty was pretty good. We're gonna favorite just to, why not? Why not? Always can come back to it. This one I'm not. This is kind of an older one, but why? Why the frick not? So where were we going? Oh yeah, the Free Scottish Legion or whatever. We're not gonna actually search it. We're just gonna go to Lopey1227's profile. I don't know how to pronounce. Yeah, I think he has like an I with one of the lines. Could be someone else I'm talking about, but safe cautions. Field Marshal uniform from the Great Britannic Empire. Like, what kind of free Scotsmen are these? Hold on. Johnny Cash. Long way to somewhere. Let's check out his Scottish Revolution. Down with the Richters. What is this? What kind of a group is this? I'm going to use this group to enemy later. I don't know, honestly. Because I don't want to look like that we're against Scottish independence. So, well, we need to enemy British military as well. We do a lot of things. So, actually, let's go here. Greater Norwegian Kingdom. Hey guys, want to hate on someone? I don't know who these guys are. Just some random Norwegian group. Oh, I remember these guys. Okay. No, that's private business. I can't screw around with them. There is no group named... Oh yeah, frick. Yeah, we're gonna enemy these guys. Oh, you don't allow enemy declarations. I'm sorry. You want me to pat you on the back, Lope? I'm so sorry. Fricking hell. Okay. Well, what about you guys? Do you allow... There we go. Fricking hell, that was quite the struggle. What else do we got here? Order of the Internal Sun, what is this? I don't fricking know. Fricking cringe. Order of the Knights of St. John, oh yeah, the TNG, well, traditional monarchist party, Republic of Volkrobe, International Contingency Party of Lothairism, Army of Britannic Empire, Second World War, Israel. Look up dancing Israelis. Okay. Kingdom of Norway, Libertat. I'm not going through all these. God. So cringe. Okay. Let's see what we got here. No uniforms. Gee. After Scotland has been taken over by an infamous an infamous family known as the Richters. The people of Scotland are discouraged by this. Yeah. If someone came into Scotland and said, we're going to make Scotland free from the people that took us over in 16-something AD, I'm going to revolt against the rebellion. So they started a militia of people who are true to their country. Because by fighting the revolution to free Scotland, you are being loyal to your country and not a corrupted leader. Yeah, because trying to get freedom for Scotland under a kingdom is corrupted. Very, 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 very corrupted. Motto: Nemo is our savior. Okay? Anthem: Scotland is not for the Lopeists who are known as cowards. Gotcha. So we have recruit Vag Scott, who's a little child. We got Smart Boy 101101. Nixon Gatson. What the frick are you doing, Nixon? What? Okay. Valentine Dietrich. We got Germanic Legion. Why is Germanic Legion in the Free Scottish Legion, bro? Doesn't Lofi support Scottish independence? Maybe I'm mistaken, but if I'm not mistaken, don't these guys want independence? A traitor to our people. Chungus PS4 as company sergeant. Man, oh, they got the Jameis, they got Cypress Fremwell, we got so Adrian, freaking hell. I should just contact and ask him about you, Adrian. You've been causing some very bad stuff lately, haven't you? We should let Anasium know about your troubles. He'd be very happy to hear about them. We got Nemus, part the Antarctic people. Sven, Sven. Oh man, junk food. I am ashamed in you, bro. How could you join them, bruh? You better leave them right now, Sven. Or else I suggest run. Klaus von Valkyrie. The guy betrayed me in Italy and just blew up everyone, and the game lagged, so it gave me time to ban and unadmin him before he could ban everyone. And then I removed him. Like you could have waited until it was 3 a.m. to A the group, but instead he nuked everyone and played Scotland the Brave, which did nothing. It did nothing at all. We got Medim Frobus, Erwin Strangelove, and Ethan Huxley. Another thing Claus did, he's betrayed Adrian. Adrian's like, the reason why these guys betrayed you is probably because you mistreated them with loyalty. They probably wanted to be loyal. So, yeah. Guess what happened, Adrian? They betrayed you when you didn't even care about loyalty. So, shut your trap. Now you're a captain under the same guys that backstabs you, and you'd rather trust them than trust me. Let's be honest here. He had a choice to stay. I exiled him because he was going to leave anyway. Chris Huxley. Lizzie Huxley. It makes sense where the Huxleys are in here because their founder is in here. Bruno H. He has a Britannic Empire uniform. The High Court. Dark Matter Fury. I got this guy. Spent 7,000 Robux on a monocle. It's kind of funny. This guy was... Oh yeah, this is the Von Troff guy. People just hate Richter so much. It's funny, I don't have to do much and people can really not like you, can they? Let's check out the British military. I know I've spent about an hour doing this and people hate it when I do this, but let's be honest here. There's a lot of people that have it for like an hour and a half, and I watch them anyways. To be honest, guys, you could be in the car listening to this on a car ride or something. Like, no big deal. It's an hour long, yeah. You don't have to sit there and watch the entire thing by watching my screen. Play a game, drive in your car and listen to it. There's various ways you can listen to an hour-long thing. If you're me, then you'll probably look at it and listen to it because you have nothing else to do on this. Forever British. How much you want to bet he made after I made? Oh wait, no, he made it a while ago. I was gonna say he made it right after I made Scott or revived Scotland. That would have. Is this one by Crash? Nope. It had spooky in it, so I thought it'd be one of those meme things. This is the modern. Yep. I thought it was gonna be Britain. So these guys aren't really active. They're never really active. They can rally like 25 people, but they can patrol with only 4. I gotta enemy these guys as well. That's why I checked them out. I knew they weren't gonna have anyone on. Okay. If you guys are curious, the reason why these guys have an enemy is because of the fact that we wanted to show that we're at war with everyone in the genre, and we couldn't really figure out how else to do it. Let's see. Or yeah, I can't find a group that'll, anything else. Well, let's try this. I'm not gonna have that as our actual enemy group. So these guys are going to be annexed, and I hope. I don't know this guy's view on me, to be honest. I'm saying this publicly. I mean, if the guy is going to get upset by me saying I'm going to annex him, then the guy's not going to give me over his group when I ask for it in a couple of days. And the entire goal, though, is to annex Norway and use that as a way to get into Europe. Because you all know me. I'm a Roblox LARPer. So, if I'm going to invade your country, I'm OCD to the point where I have to border it. Or at least have an accurate, like, sea route to it, you know. So, if let's say Czechoslovakia invade Switzerland, that's impossible to get over to. If I'm allies with Switzerland. Which, you know, I just like playing the game like it's, you know, how it would be realistically. I'm not, if, you know, I play inter-realism. That's my immersion. It's not from, you know, just flying around. It's from actual stuff. So that's the entire plan with Norway. Plus, historically, Scotland and Norway were fighting each other, you know, all the time. They were fighting over the islands and stuff to the north. So, you know, we're not at war. These guys actually want to ally with us, but, you know, I don't have quite the same intentions, do I? I mean, I could honestly care less for an alliance. Policy is there's only us, no exceptions. So, uh, there's nothing else really to check out. Everything is kind of dead. You know, everything is dead. It wouldn't be, there isn't the new Federation thing. This thing is back. I remember Das Imperium saying this. Burgundians are still around. These guys are dead. They used to be kind of more active. Let's check out the new Federation group. What even is the new username that Vasiliev can't speak, can I? Has rather. We're just got the new Federation group, then we're gonna log out or whatever. This guy deleted, right? Wait. No, actually. Oh! He actually didn't get his account deleted. He just got his group banned and that's it. Supreme Marshal as the rank. Bro, imagine your rank being Supreme Marshal. That would be the most biggest ego boost in all of a subordinate's life on this in this group. 9 field marshals. Bro, imagine. 3 engineers. I never hear from anyone in IRF. Like, there's so many people in IRF, but I've never met someone randomly. You know, I never met someone that hates me in IRF, someone that knows me from IRF. IRF is just so isolated. You know, there's people that you would think you would know, like a guy named Frostry. Like, the guy sounds like he's from Canada, or a Versailles. You know, these people sound like it's from a family you'd know, but you never. They don't know you. They don't know anything. You know, you can almost compare it to North Korea. You know, no one knows anything. Their anthem's the Soviet anthem, right? Video unavailable. We'll never know. Yeah, so the Federation is back with 1,224 members. Scotland has more members than they do. You know, they only have that many members, and I don't know, their Discord has about almost 10,000 people. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, to me, it's interesting. You know, you'd expect, didn't Norfolk get like 20,000 members when USM defected and within a week? Or no. It was like 10,000 members. They had like 100 people in game. Vasiliev got worse. He got less than that, and he's been around longer. I mean, that just kind of shows... What is this? Hold on. Legendary comrades. Community leaders. Reminds me of Oceana. Heroes of the Federation. Could be less cringe. I like how they remove Imperial. Now it's just Robloxian Federation. They could at least just, wouldn't have Roblox in it because I don't like her. Imagine a group having Roblox in it. Sean is still High Command Presidium. That's their uniforms. For a communist group, their uniforms look like they're German. And they're like a modern Soviet Russia. Look at these. Look at this aesthetic. Gray. Gray uniforms with the red and black flag on the sides. It has the backs look like the M33s. The belts don't look. And then the rank columns, the neck, the Visa cards on the necks. Looks like it, but they aren't. It's a Soviet Russia. You might as well call them the DDR. Deutsches Democratic Republic. Okay. Why doesn't he do a DDR? Because he's so in between with the German democracy and Soviet Russia and then an imperial Russia. He switched between like every 5 months. What would satisfy him would probably if he just did a DDR. There he has Germany, and plus they're socialists. But I don't understand people these days. They gotta do it another way. But I haven't spoken to Vasily in a year. I've tried to contact him, but he doesn't really respond. Very rare does he respond to me. He only responds to me if he likes what I'm asking or telling him. And only on one occasion did he ever, voluntarily want to talk to me. We use Murnock Cosmo. If you join the game, well, I don't think he would tell you, but someone else would tell you if you're active. Someone's in game. We're gonna check that out in a second. Oh, it's Psycho. Okay. Imagine logging into Hadrian's account. I told you, Hadrian! The liquidations were real! What the frick is this? This looks like a group that Surrealism would make. Because look at... Surrealism's Italy had the same thing. I'll show you guys. See? It has the British thing on the left. Oh, did I spell... How the frick do you spell army in Italian? We're never gonna find it. Exercito? No. Wait, yeah, that's how you spell it. Look at this. Look at the same thing. The British did the same thing. Who founded this group? Surrealism founded this Italy, yeah. Who founded the Britain then? Who founded this group? Because they had the same exact thing. Who founded this? Bruno HMS. Are you Surrealism, good sir? Are you Surrealism? No. This guy's probably copying Surrealism. Wait, what's this? They're at war with Italy. Wait. No. You know what they did? These guys copied the last Italy by Surrealism. Britain is copying that Italy. It's just a full chain of copying. Copy after copy after copy. Look at these copycats. Frick. Man, nothing is original these days, and yet people call me the most unoriginal. The most unoriginal. Yeah, most unoriginal, right? Let's check out the aesthetic for most unoriginal. It looks unoriginal to me. They look like Rhodesian shorts, with kilts. I don't know any shorts with kilts under them, in my opinion. Look at this aesthetic. You got the webbing in the back, you got webbing in the front, the tan, and then you got these are long sleeve shirt. Very long sleeve, I should say. Which makes sense because this is Scotland. Scotland is as far north as freaking Norway, so or Finland's would be more north than Norway. So the aesthetic is very good. This one has no webbing on it. You'd have to put it on optional, I guess. But you can see the pockets and stuff. It's original. And then on the back, you can see the shading is very different. Other people like to make the shading either very obvious or like they make it very like hidden, like barely seen. We made it in between. You can see it, but it's not over exaggerative, which is new for an aesthetic. This one is darker, so we didn't bother focusing on the shading on the back as much, but like most other shadings, it can hardly see the shading. I can agree that this webbing is a bit animated, and it's kind of, it kind of gives off vibes of like older gear. I'll be honest. We didn't really do much, but that's because you know, it could have been worse, guys. To be honest, it could have been way worse. But it does look a bit animated. There are some flaws with this one, and it looks different from the other ones, but I wouldn't say it's bad. I mean, look at this one. This one looks just as animated, so actually, I would say this is actually pretty good. It's just darker, and when something looks animated, it looks worse on something darker. And then we have the cappies, which we made on our own. I'll show you guys actually. Tech and aesthetic. Installing Roblox Studio for like the 100th time this entire week. Does this all the time. Every time I log in the studio, it's updating. Okay. So, oh, these are outdated. The one in the picture is not blue, nor does it look like the one here. The one in the picture looks a lot better, actually. But this is proof that we're actually working on these. We didn't insert these in. These aren't free models of some sort. We actually inserted these meshes. What's this? Oh, yeah, the intro music. You know, we're working on actual uniforms. The uniforms that are there, we actually made nearly from scratch. We did take inspiration from real life, Scottish movements and stuff, but you know, we are working on actual uniforms for divisions and stuff like that. And the castle, we're gonna check out the castle because I went to the game and I just played around. A lot of people think that these are uniforms in game. No, those are going to actually be the Lopi's uniforms. We're gonna replace this GFX pretty soon. But what this actually is this is supposed to be the that's a Brody helmet, so that should represent the English. Looks like something the British would wear if it has an officer cap, and those are blue. Our armbands are yellow. Lopi's Scottish Legion wears blue armbands. As far as I've been told by like Hadrian, I think or not told by Hadrian, as in reading the chats from conversations between Hadrian and all the other guys. Yeah, yeah, guys, Hadrian's a spy. Exile him right now. He's a spy for me. Anyway, they wear blue armbands. Apparently, they're gonna wear Brody helmets, and they're gonna be pro-Britain, but they're also gonna be for Scottish independence. So they'd be the kind of guys to be okay. Let's do a vote on Scottish independence for Scotland. They're not very patriotic about their independence. School pictures, okay. But that's supposed to represent Lopi's Scottish Free Legion, not our uniforms. FYI. We did have an idea for blue armbands and Brody helmets and a tan uniform, but no. We want to do our own thing. I like the shorts. And we did not get inspiration from Rhodesia, but they do look like Rhodesian shorts. So it is a good aesthetic. I like shorts the Allied aesthetic. You gotta admit, if you see shorts with an Allied aesthetic, it's pretty good. And plus, I mean, I know you can't really wear shorts because it's Scotland. It's cold. It's freezing. But I couldn't help it. And besides, it's better than wearing, well, not, they're wearing a kilt under the shorts. If anything, actually, I've been calling these shorts. It's more or less a padding over the kilt. as you can see, there's a kilt under it. The reason why we did that is because when you wear a kilt, it's usually for your clan. And obviously we can't make 50 different kilts for a uniform to represent each clan because that's way too much micromanagement. So what we did, we hid the kilt. You can see it's a kilt, but you can't see what tartan is. So it's kind of like at the end of a movie where it ends without an actual ending. So you can pretend whatever kilt you want is under there. For the officer kilts, you can't. It's darker. The kilt is open, but you can't see what kind of tartan it is. You see there's a little bit green and black, but you can't see what tartan it is. Um, and then there's the officer. One doesn't have a kilt because. And then the militia. These are temporary. These are the militia uniforms, just basic civilian uniforms with the basic cap, civilian cap. So you can wear whatever with the cap. We have those there in case you want to wear those. So allied aesthetics, in my opinion, this is the first time I've ever done an allied aesthetic, so this is new to me, but I don't think, I'll actually show you, because why not? I'll show you it's the British African Corps in the 40s, and you'll see what I mean. Those are Germans. I said Britain, not... Oh, here's one. It's kind of bad, but, imagine the longer uniforms. Look at those. Like that aesthetic, nah. This, pretty decent. And you see this, pretty good. And you see this one, cringe. I'm gonna search up shorts. The aesthetic. I just love the short aesthetic. The shorts. And then we look up Rhodesia. Rhodesian uniform shorts. You see what I mean? Allied aesthetics. You're gonna want to have shorts, and then you have. I'm looking at World War One because there's probably not going to be very many for World War Two. You have this, which is decent looking, but then you have this. Or we'll do World War II. We'll see what pops up. Let's not underestimate Google, guys. You see? Like that, does that look good? Not really. I mean, that's an Air Force uniform, if I'm not mistaken, but, So, that's why I spent, 7 minutes going on about shorts, didn't I? You were gonna think I'm gay or something. Okay, so, we're still talking about the aesthetic, but that's the whole point for the shorts. Even though we're in Scotland. But then, we wear a kilt anyway. We're not going to just abandon all the kilts and just go straight for long pants because of the climate. It's Roblox, guys. Aesthetic matters more than a freaking roleplay climate. There is no climate. You know. This is from the old Tachlon Castle, which is an original map that we built. The guy that built it from a long time ago. His name. Frick, what was his name? I forgot his name, but it was built by some guy who I don't remember his name. He actually I don't think he's not actually Scottish, but he is one of those guys that are like 100% Scottish. Tamerlane. Tamerlane with an I, but Tamerane. That made this. We made it all looking ruins. We made most of the stuff because we made this in like 2017, right? And we owned this group until April 2018. So we added a lot of stuff to this map ever since he made it. But we made it all ruins, so these are all falling apart. Yeah, there's a huge hole right there. We added in this, which is pretty cool. It can deliver mail to the front. Isn't that epic? You got random holes in the roof, and you got things falling down and stuff like that. We made it look like, you know, what it would look like after, thousands of years later. And over time, we're going to build it all up. If you guys saw in the beginning, you come down here, you click on one of the broken down things, you come over here and you put it in there. And this is supposed to clear up the ruins. So about a month from now, by the time I return, this castle will be rebuilt to a modern stage. It'll be like an actual functioning training map. We won't use Tatlon for forever. We will use it for quite a bit though, quite a long time. So, we have look at this. Beautiful work I really love the kind of the work the devs put in this map. You know, it's not like we copied this map like Fort Loyalty. Well, not copied, but we just bought a map off of some guy and just put it in. This was, we just put a lot of work. And look at these buildings. These are not free model buildings. We didn't just take free models and insert them. These are original buildings that we put on here that look like they would be in medieval Scotland. We also took some inspiration from Nova Scotia because, that too has a lot of Scottish aesthetic and architecture and stuff like that. So, you know, this was a very long video, but I'm going to end it here, guys. So, you all have a very nice day. And, I went on for a very long time about this, but, definitely is worth it. Definitely is worth it, because there's nothing else I'd better off be doing. So prepare for the mass dislikes coming in. You're going to have the haters. You're going to have Lopi coming in trying to criticize every single flaw coming in. I'm going to love that. I just love when they do that. So, top of the day to you all, and have a great day.